The story, in short, goes that an explosion of accusations caused several women of Salem to be charged and sentenced as witches. Salem witch trials became notorious for their severity and cruelty. The brutality of the Salem courts reveals how a system corrupts if incapacitated by fear. After September 11th, the United States was shaken to its core, for Americans became fearful, like the Salem villagers. The President responded, calling action, and his administration produced a bill to prevent further American losses. The bill was the USA Patriot Act, and it was rushed through Congress. And like the Salem witches, the Patriot Act threatens the inalienable rights of Americans and the inalienable rights of us. The Patriot Act is an acronym for its title, which is extremely long. The full name is Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism Acts. The creators of the Patriot Act state that it was created to make America safer and to prevent further attacks on Americans. The bill allows the federal government to commit searches, collect information, and justifies other means of intelligence gathering. The Patriot Act is so unsettling because it threatens our rights and the integrity of the Constitution. One example of the broad scope which has given the Patriot Act relentless ability to attack the Constitution is its vague language. For instance, both Henry David Thoreau in his protest of the Mexican War and Martin Luther King Jr. in his struggle for civil liberties have been labeled terrorists under the Patriot Act. Other organizations would be labeled terrorist organizations too, like for example Greenpeace and Operation Rescue Environmental Liberations Front. The Patriot Act is taking our rights to organize and speak out. The Sixth Amendment reads, "No warrants shall issue but upon probable cause." However, the Patriot Act allows the government to bypass probable cause and commit searches and wiretaps without probable cause. The Patriot Act is taking our rights to privacy and property. The scariest portion of the Patriot Act is its ability to target freedom of speech. In San Francisco, for example, a 6-year-old man expressed his criticism of the pending Iraq war. He believed the interest by the government exceeded terrorist pursuit and speculated oil had something to do with it. Later, when the man was home, FBI agents arrived at his house and interrogated him. The FBI agents questioned the elderly man about his political views. Now, the amendment that our founding fathers put first for its importance to democracy's preservation is in direct threat by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The Patriot Act is taking our right of free speech. The Patriot Act must be stricken from the books before Big Brother threatens us all. And if you don't believe that your rights are in jeopardy because you're not a terrorist, listen to former Senator Bob Barr, a Republican who observed the disrespect of the Patriot Act towards the Constitution and the Act's threat to American liberties. Furthermore, testimony of former Attorney General John Ashcroft stated that Americans are subject to scrutiny under the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act must be legislated out of service, more aptly, disservice, or it must be branded unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. I ask you all as Americans to spread the word. If conversation arises about the Un-Patriot Act, discuss how it threatens our liberties. If you take one thing from this speech, take this. The USA Patriot Act is not for your security, it is against your civil liberties security. And if you all enjoy speaking freely, knowing that you're not always being watched, and your phone conversations, email accounts, and instant messaging is not being observed, don't support the Patriot Act before another witch hunt in America begins. To incite an action in you all, I quote a prominent German Protestant theologian and pastor, Martin Niemöller. The pastor died in a concentration camp, but before he passed, he wrote about his internment by the Nazis. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then, they came for the trade unionists, but I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I am not a Jew. Finally, they came for me. There was no one left to speak out.
How long did your watch say there, Tori?
5:16. Yeah, I'm sorry, I screwed up in the middle. I was like so busy.
No big deal.